Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Sujit Patra, Ekdam Real Estate. So in my channel, we are always discussing about real estate. So in the real estate, when anybody wants to invest in any particular property or going for a purchase of flat from any particular project, so it requires a lot of due diligence and lot of efforts also. So when anybody wants to invest in any particular property, they also requires home loan also. So while going for a home loans, so you have to select the home loan lenders also, the banks or the housing finance companies who are providing home loans. So it is also requires a lot of effort, time, and it requires a lot of due diligence also. So in this current video, so we'll discuss about how to find the best mortgage lender or how to find the best home loan provider. So there are many home loans providers in India like HDFC, LIC Housing Finance, IIFL Finance, SBI, Bajaj Finance, Tata Capital, PNB, and lot many banks are also there. So how to select the best home loan provider and what precaution we will take, what safeguards also will take, that also will decide. First of all, we have to see the lender side, whether the lenders understand the local real estate market thoroughly. Sometimes we'll see that there are many lenders, they are not accustomed to the real estate market, or they are not uh, well versed with the local real estate market, because the real estate market is a very fragmented market and it requires lot of local market conditions. So depending upon the local market conditions, whether the uh, home loans providers, they are in tune with the local real estate market, or they are well versed with the local real estate rules and regulations, local laws. So they have to be well versed with the local real estate markets. Along with the local real estate market, whether they are having a database of real estate projects in that locality or not, or whether they have a database of approved projects. If they have a database of approved projects, it will take less time to searching the good projects. Nowadays, there are many housing finance companies or banks, they are having a database of approved projects. So if you go for the approved projects, the banks or the housing finance company already, they must have done this legal due diligence as well as the title clearance they must have done. So whether the lenders, they have the approved projects database or not, that also an investor has to see. The other part is the loan amount or the loan tenure, whether the loan amount what the home loan provider is offering, whether that is matching our requirement, or suppose our requirement is 50 lakhs, whether they are able to provide you 40 lakhs or they are able to provide 60 lakhs. So that also we have to see whether that their offer is matching our requirement or not. And also the loan tenure, whether the loan tenure, whatever we are asking, whether it is matches our requirement, or they are offering lesser loan term, because if you take less loan term also, there creates a huge loan liability, or there will be a EMI outgoes will be more. So that loan term has to be as per our choice, as per our requirement. So similarly, there are many home loans providers, they provide different home loan interest rate, whether it is fixed home loan rate, or the flexible home loan rate, or the floating home loan rate, or it is a mix of things. And marginal lesser interest rate also makes a lot of difference, because the home loans tenures are bigger. Like the it generally varies from 10 years to 15 years or 20 years or 25 years also. Sometimes the home loans also provider they provides. So if there is a slightest lower rate interest, that also makes a lot of difference in the uh, longer period. Similarly, the home loan providers, what are the fees, that also we have to see before selecting the banks or the home loan provider, whether their fees are comparable or reasonable, or that they are charging lesser fees, like what are their documentation charges, what are their processing fees, what are their administrative fees, and whether they have any prepayment charges or not. That all the factors also see while selecting the lenders also. Then counseling services, whether they have the facility of counseling or not, whether they are able to guide you about their terms and conditions, their basis of charging, rate of interest, and their fees. That also we have to see. We have to be very thorough about their terms and conditions. So for understanding the terms and conditions, whether they have the counseling services or not, that also person has to understand. And whether this loan process and its speeds, whether it matches with our desire or not, because it generally depends upon the TAT. What is the TAT? TAT means the turnaround time. That means from accepting a loan application to the loan sanction as well as to the loan disbursements. The entire loan process, how much time they are taking. So that is the TAT, or the turnaround time. So sometimes the builders demands the payment. So if we get late disbursement from the home loan provider, the builder will charge interest. So that speed has to match from the side of the home loan provider. Then this home loan also depends upon the credit scores of a person. So whether the home loans providers are they are providing any facility or benefit, if somebody is having a good credit scores, that facility they have or not. Because generally in India, so if the score is CIBIL score is 630 to 689, it is fair, and it is 690 to 709, it is good. Then more than 780 to 900, it is excellent. So depending upon the credit scores, whether they are providing any benefit or facilities or not, that also has to be thoroughly seen. Then the policies and procedures and the guidelines of the home loan provider or the banks, whether they are established banks or not. So that also we have to see, and how long they are into this lending business. That also person has to see. Then the customer focus, whether they are customer friendly or not, because you are availing a loan for a longer term, so they have to be very customer centric also. They have to be timely respond your queries, and they have to serve the customers with a smile also. And nowadays they are having chatbot also, with having 24 into 7 services. And so all these factors, the lender whether they are providing or not, that has to be seen also. Investment in real estate market, it is a lifetime investment. So generally it is a thinking of घर हो सपनों का. So दिल का एक घर हो, एक अपना एक घर हो, that requires a lot of thinking, time and energy. So while depositing the title deeds of the property, these lenders, whether they have that safe custody facility or not, so that has to be thoroughly seen. Then the flexible repayment plans, whether they have the flexible repayment plans or not, and they have the doorstep service, because nowadays everybody is busy, whether the lenders they have the flexibility service at the doorstep service or not, or at the click of the button, or they have the online services or not, or they have the mobile app or not. So these are the critical factors while deciding the home loan provider. Then the other part is the rate transmission. So that means when the repo rates decreases by RBI, whether the banks they are transmitting the lower rate to the customers or not, that also we have to inquire at the time of loan applications, and whether they are trustworthy or not. If any big borrowers defaulted in their repayment, whether the home loan provider or the banks falters or not, like our PMC banks, that banks falters due to defaulter by some of the bigger borrowers. So that also we have to see whether the home loan providers are trustworthy or not, and after availing the home loan, whether their after sale service, that means the customer service, like, because we require income tax certificate every year. So this income tax certificate or the interest certificate, whatever we have paid towards interest and whatever we have paid towards principal, so this interest component as well as the principal component we have to claim under Income Tax Act to get the tax benefit, whether they have that facility of service after availing the loan or not. This factor also we have to see. The other factor is that home loan repayments. What are the terms of home loan repayment? Whether they have the flexible repayment terms or not, that also to be seen. Suppose if any customer wants to make part repayment or some changes in the repayment plan, or if anybody wants to change to other lenders, whether what is their charges, what is their terms, so that also we have to see. So these are the major points while selecting a home loan provider or the home loan banks or housing finance companies, because unless and until we checks all these points, it is very difficult to select a home loans provider or the banks. So we have to be very selective while selecting the banks. So hope that you have enjoyed my video, and if you have enjoyed my video, please consider for like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching my video. Be healthy and be happy. Thank you.